Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are discussing everything NYX Cosmetics. I have a pile of NYX products right in front of me, and I have some favorites, I have some hate-its, I have some products that I definitely do not like strong feelings, and then I have some that I'm totally in love with. You guys know the drill. We're gonna go over everything, pro and con it out, and let's just hop right in with some good stuff. Let's start with the positive. This is a baked blush. It's beautiful. I am wearing this right now. This is the shade Foreplay, and what's really interesting about these blushes is you'll take your finger in the actual blush pan and it feels very stiff. It's definitely a baked product. And you might, swatch the back of your hand if you're in the store and think to yourself, this is not going to give me enough pigment. I don't know how this will show up on my face. But somehow with a brush, when you're putting it on the apples of your cheeks, it just gives you the most natural kind of satin finish, beautiful glow to your cheeks. I love it. I love the shade Foreplay. I am wearing this one right now. I also really love the shade Wanderlust. This is just a little more toned down, a little more neutral, sways a little bit on the peachy side. It's just a beautiful blush. It wears really well, wears for a long time, does not make me break out, which leads me to my next discussion. A lot of NYX face products make me break out. That is sad news for those of us with really sensitive skin because the products themselves are beautiful. If you can wear them without any irritation, continue wearing them, continue loving them, continue buying them. But the ombre blushes, the matte blushes, the matte bronzers, every time I have consistently used those, I'll get really into a routine. I'll use them all the time and then I'll be like, what on earth is clogging my pores, giving me cystic acne, I'm getting weird bumps, weird bumps. And it always seems to be when I eliminate any of the NYX face products that my skin clears up. So I've learned my lesson throughout the years. You can even go back to older videos where I used a lot of NYX face products and I was experiencing a lot of breakouts. So I tend to avoid those just based on my own personal reaction, and that's why I don't have a bunch of them in front of me. But one that does agree with my skin is this one right here. This right here is a contour palette. They have several different shades. It just feels really heavy on the skin. It's hard to sheer out. It's hard to blend out. It's really stiff. When you finally get a little bit of warmth to it and you're working with the product, it feels very gloppy and just thick, and it looks like heavy makeup. So if you're looking for more of a natural type of a look that still, covers your skin, there are other options out there. This to me feels very theatrical. I'm just not into it. I think there are other options, even in the same price range, that are better than this. I just really don't like it. So I'm not a fan of any of these color correcting contour creams. NYX does not really float my boat in that avenue whatsoever. Now they do have a dark circle corrector that I really, really love. The texture on this one is much sheerer. It's still a little bit on the thick side, but kind of a more toned down version of what I just showed you. This is called the Dark Circle Concealer. I believe they have different color correctors in this as well. This is more of a salmon tone. It actually, on the box that it comes in, because it does come in this little box, it says cancels out the blue of dark circles. Now, if you put this underneath your concealer, if you have really blue or purple tones underneath your eyes, you can kind of go in those corners and cancel out and color correct and really brighten at the same time. Go on top of it with another concealer and you will completely eliminate the issue. I love that this texture is a little bit lighter because sometimes with color correctors, when you're layering and layering and layering, it tends to exaggerate things that you don't want to exaggerate as far as lines, and it just ends up looking a little bit gloppy and uneven. This one, when you apply it with a brush, that's how I prefer to go in with this and then pat it in. It works beautifully. So this is the shade Light Pale. It's again the orange color corrector. I believe they have different shades, and the texture on this is really nice. You definitely do need to set this because it has a bit of a wet finish. But aside from that, I think it's awesome. I'm gonna surprise you all right now because I knew I was doing this video, and even though I've tried a ton of NYX products throughout the years, I did go out and purchase a bunch of new items, and for about a month, I have been putting them to the test. So I picked up a brow pencil, and this was on your guys' recommendation because I always say that there's no drugstore alternative to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is actually super, super close. I think I had mentioned on Twitter, I was like, no, I don't like it. I don't like the NYX brow pencil. And I was using the wrong one. I was actually grabbing the wrong one from Target. I picked this one up from the actual NYX store. So this one is called the Micro Brow Pencil. Make sure you get the micro one. It is just like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. It is this itty bitty teeny tiny applicator. It doesn't look too heavy. You have your spoolie on the other end. Wonderful product, really impressed with this. I am the shade Taupe and I've been using this and really loving it. This is a lip ombre duo and this is really cool. This has two sides to it. You have more of a lipstick formula, still pencil on one side, and then you have your more precise automatic real like actual lip liner pencil on the other side. The texture on this is incredible. It is really creamy. It's not too high shine. So if you like a creamy lip pencil, you will really enjoy this. And they have so many different colors to choose from. This is the shade Rags and Riches, and I love this so much. It has definitely like a mauve-y kind of 90s vibe when you use the two shades together. I think they're beautiful. It really wears well. It doesn't bunch up, it doesn't feather, it doesn't bleed. It's a really nice product and I would definitely check this out. Something kind of different too. I know Tom Ford just came out with a very similar item and I've been wanting to put that one to the test, but this is the dupe. Where shall we continue? Okay, so I do have one liner item that I'm really not a fan of, and you might be shopping and you might see this and go, oh, that is so cool. Like it almost looks like an OMG product. This right here. I am not putting this on my eyes. I'm not testing this out. I'm actually putting it in the donation bin because I know there will be someone out there that can use it and enjoy it. But when I'm comparing this to other products that are available and recommending them, this is not it. This is not a winning product. I think it is so hard to hold this in your hand, even though the whole idea of this is it's supposed to make putting on your eyeliner easier. I've tried this in the past. It looks really interesting and different, and you might go, oh yeah, worth the money for sure. The liner itself in here is fine. It's not a bad formula, but you're paying for the handle and the whole big wow factor of this thing, and it just, when you get really close to the mirror and you're trying to hold on to this thing and you feel like you're kind of far away, to me, it was harder to apply my liner. So those are just my thoughts. I think this is a total pass. Moving on. Let's talk about some good things. The butter glosses, everybody loves those. I have my favorites. I'm going to share with you my favorite shades just because I feel like everybody already knows that the butter glosses from NYX are definite winners, and I just want to talk about these shades that I think are the best. It can be overwhelming when you look at all of the different colors and you're like, oh my gosh, which one should I go for? Which one would look best? And there are even like a lot of colors that all look the same. But if I were to narrow it down, the ones that I reach for over and over and over are this one right here, which I'm actually wearing today. This is Strawberry Cheesecake. It is beautiful. These smell good, they feel good, they're nice and opaque, they're nice and shiny, they're not too sticky. They are wonderful. I also have Sunday Mimosa. I don't like wearing this one on its own. I have to mix it in with other things, but I'm okay with that. And then I also really, really love Cranberry Biscotti. This is just like Strawberry Cheesecake, but even darker, richer, deeper. And I think these are so beautiful. These are $5. I cannot get over that price point. Beautiful, beautiful glosses. They are extremely buttery, just like the name says. Definitely look for them, hunt them down, try them out. You won't be disappointed. These glosses right here, super affordable, glamorous, just like the name, it says glam gloss. I am not giving it a thumbs up just because you guys know I'm like, oh, I'm Glam Life Guru. Oh, glam gloss, I promise. These are $6, so you're paying $1 more than the butter gloss. They are a similar formula as far as how buttery and wonderful they feel on the lips. Let me just stare at these for a while because they're so freaking pretty. If you look up close to this, there's so much micro glitter in here. It is beautiful. They're not over the top chunky. They just have a little extra something. I'm gonna apply one to the center of my lip right now just to show you. This is the shade The Beat Goes On, and I'm just gonna go right in the center just to show you. You can definitely make your lips look much poutier by using a gloss like this on top of whatever you are already wearing. The cool thing is with these glosses, they even look fantastic on their own. So they're not just for layering, they're just beautiful glosses, not overly sticky. They don't kick off a ton of shine like the MAC Dazzle glasses. They're not as shiny as that. They have the same kind of micro glimmer to them, but they're not as sticky. So you kind of sacrifice a little bit of the shine for it not being so sticky, but they feel so comfortable on the lips and they just give the pout the pout. And they just give your look a little extra something. So if you're looking for those extra touches to really up the wow factor, make your lips look more pouty, spend $6, grab yourself a glam gloss. The other shades that I have are VIP, which is more straight golden. And then I have this darker shade that is absolutely gorgeous called Cool Cat. Now this one you can definitely put on top of deeper matte lipsticks, or you could use this on its own. It's just all around beautiful. I'm gonna surprise everybody by saying that I'm totally over the round lipstick tubes. I believe these are $4. They're really affordable, but my issue with these, they're beautiful. They break in 2 seconds. So if you use any pressure at all putting this on, it's gonna break in half. I used to in the past go the extra mile and like cut the thing out and put it in a little palette, but I don't even really do that anymore. I just find it kind of a pain in the neck. And I just don't like the formula as much as I love Maybelline or Revlon. And, you know, for a few bucks more or waiting till something goes on sale to get a really solid formula from the drugstore, I just think that these are a pass. Another pass for me are any of the liquid lipsticks, specifically the lip lingeries, which I got rid of a long time ago because I found them to be extremely uneven in pigmentation, just really weird looking, dried my lips out like crazy. I tried about 5 different shades, so it wasn't just trying one shade and being like, oh, I don't like this, because I did go to a party where I was lucky enough to get the full range, and I tried them all and I did not like them. I recently saw these in the NYX store. Speaking of the lip lingerie, I didn't know that they made an eye lingerie. I don't really know why this caught my attention so much. You know, I didn't like the lip lingeries, but I thought, you know, for the eyes, it's something different. It's a cream eyeshadow. I have never tried a cream eyeshadow from NYX. I'm gonna really go for it. For the lid lingerie, I picked up the shades Night Glow, White Lace Romance, Whimsy, and Rose Pearl. Now these are beautiful. I was swatching these. I love them. I think they're gorgeous. I had the worst allergic reaction I have had to any eye product in years. I tried out the shade Rose Pearl and it actually turned my entire eye pink. I had to take it off because my eye was itching so bad. I had to put a cold compress on my eyes. It like kind of bubbled up in the morning where my eyelid was really fat. And I have had to be really careful using makeup this past week because everything seems to be irritating my eyes. So if you have any type of sensitivity, these are going to cause a problem. They're beautiful. They were long wearing, like the one that I wore was very long wearing and it did go on really nicely. This does have something in here that really just did something. Something I do think is really, really beautiful, and it's odd that I was attracted to even this shade, but I just thought it was something different and I tried it out and I like it. It's not something that I would reach for every single day of my life, but if you're more adventurous with makeup and you're into the metallic look right now that's really popular, they have this NYX Cosmic Metals Lip Cream. This is actually so gorgeous. This is called the Speed of Light. They have tons of different colors. It's something that I don't think is talked about a lot, so I wanted to bring it up, that this one is a go. It's beautiful, it's creamy, the texture is nice. It has more of a sheen type of a metallic instead of like a harsh in-your-face metallic. NYX also has something called an Intense Butter Gloss, and you can tell the difference by the lid. The regular butter glosses are going to have a color that matches the actual product. The Intense formula has this kind of almost chrome looking lid. These are really great. They're just like the butter gloss, but they're kicked up a notch. They are more opaque. They're a little bit harder to apply because of that, so I don't wear these as much as I do the butter gloss. It's more forgiving that you can kind of just slap on and go. But these, if you're going for a more shiny kind of vinyl look on your lip, I love the darker ones. My favorite shades for the Intense Butter Gloss are Cherry Custard, Cranberry Pie, Blueberry Tart, and Chocolate Apple. So all of the rich, really deep shades, that's what I would go for in this formula. If you want the lighter nudie pink shades, then definitely go for the straight original butter gloss. I just think it looks better because when you get a little bit too intense and too opaque like this formula, it can kind of look a little bit off, but I do really, really love these. They're great. Deep breaths. We made it to the end of this video. Leave me comments. What are your favorites from NYX? I would love to hear what you love, what you don't love. I love reading the comments, especially on these videos. It's always interesting for me to hear from you what you think about a brand and if we have similar thoughts on things, so let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.